paper, and we are on question 6. Charlene is the record keeper for her school's netball team. At the end of 9 games, the team's mean score was 35 goals per game. So that means that they got 35 times 9 altogether, which is 5 for up, 315 across the 9 games. At the end of 10 games, the team's mean score was 1 goal higher. So that means they got 360 because it was 36 across 10 games. So Charlene's mother says the team must have scored 45 goals in their last game. 360 minus 315 is 45. And although this seems kind of as though it shouldn't be right, her mother is correct. So there you go. You just find the totals in both cases. This diagram shows a raised garden bed, which is the shape of a cuboid. Okay. Roger wants to fill the raised bed with compost. A bag of compost costs £15. There are 60 litres in a compost bag. Roger tells his wife the compost will cost less than £120. Show that Roger is wrong. Okay, so it will be 200 times 30 is 606,000 centimetres times 90 equals, that's squared, and that is 0, and that's 0.00054. So that's 540,000 centimetres cubed. I don't know if I need to get that. What is a litre? A litre is... so a litre, in terms of centimetres cubed, is... I am actually just going to check this, which I realise you can't really do in the middle of an exam. So how much... I think it's 1,000 is... 1 litre in centimetres cubed, okay, and it's 1,000 cubic centimetres, so that means that's 540 litres, and that means divided by 60 is he will need 9 bags of compost. So 9 bags of compost is 90 plus 45, £135. So Roger is wrong. There you go. We knew he was. The mass of the Earth is, gosh, it's quite big, isn't it? 5.97 times 10 to the power 24 kilograms. The mass of Mars is 0.11 times the mass of the Earth. Oh, it's considerably lighter. So it's about a tenth. Work out an estimate for the mass of Mars and give your answer in standard form. So, I'm not going to do this like that. Let's think about how to do this. So if it was 6... Oh, so this is tenth. So what is 1/10 times 5.97 times 10 to the power 24? Well, 1/10 of that is going to be... It's basically go down a number, so it's 5.97 times 10 to the power 23 is the answer. So there you go. So you can think about it like this. If it was sort of 6 times 10 to the power 3, what's a tenth of 1,000? Well, it's 100, so it'd be 6 times 10 to the power 2. So if you do that, then you can see how it's right. So Mars equals 5.97 times 10 to the power 23 kilograms. And we don't have a calculator, remember, otherwise it'd be a lot easier. Explain whether your answer is an underestimate or an overestimate. So 0.11 is actually about a 1/9. So it's actually bigger. So Mars is bigger than what I've just said, so it's an underestimate. Underestimate. There we go, right. I'm doing well here. Now, Write down the exact value of sine 60. So sine 60, if you remember that table, which we've done, sine 30 is 1 over 2, and sine 60 equals root 3 over 2. Given that cos 60 is 0.5, work out the value of x. Oh, I see what we mean. So we've got h, o, and a. So that means that x will equal, so cos of 60 equals a, 15 over x. And so we know that half equals 15 over x. So x over 2 equals 15, so x equals 30. It's a lot more work than I really needed to do, but there we go. Write down the value of 64 to the 2/3. So the way you do this is you go 64 to the third squared, which is 64 to the third is 4 squared equals 16. There you go, that's your answer there. And then p equals all this, make q the subject. So we'll start off by going p squared, we'll square both sides, equals 5 minus q cubed over 3. 3p squared equals 5 minus q to the blah, 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 etc. Now, I don't know if I can be bothered to do this. Let us, I'm going to add q cubed to that side plus 3p squared equals 5. And I'm going to then q cubed equals 5 minus 3p squared. So that means q equals the cubic root of 5 minus 3p squared. Always pleasant. Right, Tony cycles home from the country to a country park near the town he lives. He cycles an average speed of 12 miles per hour for the first 2 hours of his journey. So that means he goes 24 miles in the first 2 hours. Okay, he then has 24 miles left to get to the country park. He cycled these 24 miles at an average speed of 8 miles per hour. So that takes him 3 hours. Tony says, my average speed from my home to the country park was 10 miles. So what he actually did was 48 miles in 5 hours. It would help if I did that. There we go. 5 hours. And so that means he did 9 miles, 9 point, and that would be 3, so that'd be 6, 9.6 miles per hour. And that was close to 10 miles an hour, but it wasn't 10 miles per hour.